Hi, I'm Amica from Houston. Before you listen to my story, please like and subscribe. My dad left us when I was 5. Mom took up a job in a restaurant and was always working hard for us. I felt really bad, so I decided I was going to get us a dad again. One day when I was in the restaurant, a boy my age came there with his father. I saw the man talking to his son, laughing and giving high fives. I wanted him to be my dad. When he went to the washroom, I walked up to the boy who was eating ice cream. Hey, you like that ice cream when I have more? My mom works here, so I'll give it to you for free, but can you give me your dad instead? The little devil yelled. Mom rushed in and so did the man. Mom then apologized and took me to the kitchen.
What was that, Amy? Just go get your things, we're going home.
Years passed, but my mission of finding a new dad never stopped. One day, I thought of doing something big. I told Mom I'll take charge of distributing the menu card. I went from table to table giving the cards. But not just that. I whispered something to every man I saw. Please marry my mommy. She's over there, the tall, cute one. Some smiled, some ignored, but I didn't stop, and I went to a rich-looking man and said the same, but he lost it. He immediately called the manager and complained about Mom and me, and then everybody else joined him.
Yeah, this girl asked me the same stupid thing. I'm married. We're leaving.
Me too. This place is crazy.
What a mess. Mom got fired instantly and she went bonkers at me.
Enough, Amy. Just stop all of this. I don't want another man.
Okay, Mommy, not another man. Let's get back the one who left then. My own dad.
Gosh, Amica, how do I tell you this? He's not even your dad.
Wait, what? Are you serious? So who's my real dad?
I don't think you should know that now. Not ever, actually. Just go to bed.
For weeks, I tried asking Mom about my real dad, but she wouldn't budge it. So one night when she was asleep, I snuck into her room and started searching all around for some clue. Then I found an old photo in a drawer. It was a picture of Mom with a man, and next to it there was a locket that said, "Forever yours, Richard." Now I got to find this Richard because it was quite likely that he was my dad. I took the photo and the locket and left for my room. I didn't ask Mom again. I just have to find Dad myself when I was older. I decided to put my head down and focus on studies, and in the 8th grade, I got a scholarship to study in a fancy private school in town for free. That was awesome. I sat in my new class with so much excitement, but then the teacher asked me to make an introduction speech in front of the class. I hated public speaking. I started to panic when suddenly a boy encouraged me from behind.
Hey, chill. You somehow remind me of my dad. He always says it's okay to be afraid. You know what I did on my first day? Just peed my pants. Go say anything. I'm gonna clap for you anyway.
Wow, that was the sweetest thing I'd ever heard. With that, I made my speech really well and everyone clapped, but only after him. His name was Justin, and I felt some instant connection with him, and we sat together and shared lunch that day. We became friends and only got closer over the years. Also, he said he didn't have a mom but was really close to his dad. And then once at the parent-teachers meeting, Justin took me to the cafe to meet him. When I saw him, I noticed he had flaming red hair just like me. But the shocking part was he was the guy from Mom's album and his name was Richard. Could he be my real dad? He left soon after, but I couldn't get him off my mind. As I saw him leaving, Mom walked in and they almost bumped into each other, and then they started talking like old pals. They knew each other. This confirmed it. So Justin's dad was totally my real dad. I knew Mom wasn't going to tell me anything. I had to see Justin's dad again and try to find out the truth. Just when I was thinking how I'd get myself an invitation to Justin's house, I saw him coming out of the basketball stadium with bruises on his face. And I suddenly had an idea. Hey Justin, I think you're hurt. Please let me walk you home. He said he was perfectly fine, but he invited me over for dinner that evening anyway. Now I was so excited to meet my dad. The moment I reached his place though, Justin said his dad was out of town on business for a week. He then took my hand and LED me to the dining hall, and I was in shock. There was slow music, candle lights, and flowers. Oh no, this sure wasn't right. Suddenly, Justin turned around and pulled me to dance with him. Oh my god, this had to stop. But then he came forward to kiss me and I screamed, No, we can't do this. You're my brother.
Wait, what? If you don't like me, just say that. You don't have to call me your brother.
I don't hate you, but I can't like you either because you probably are my brother. I explained everything that was running in my head about his dad and my mom, and he looked like he was going to be sick.
Yeah, maybe that's why you both are similar in a few ways. But how can you be sure with just a photo? We need solid proof.
That was right. The one thing that would really help would be a DNA test. We looked around for his dad's comb so we could get a few strands of his hair, but none of his combs were there. Maybe he took them with him on the trip. After hours of searching, we were unable to find a single strand of Dad's hair. So for now, I had only one option to confront Mom, but when I got home, a bigger shock was waiting for me. Mom had left a note saying she was going abroad on a sudden trip for a week. weak. Her too. This made my doubts about Justin's dad and her even heavier. I called Justin and told him the news, and he said he was coming over. We talked about our parents for a while and then started watching a movie together. A romantic movie. I made sure to get the popcorn tub between us while we sat on the sofa, but sometime later, the popcorn was gone, and I suddenly realized Justin was looking at me with a slightly blushing face. And when Jack kissed Rose, Justin looked at me with the cutest puppy eyes. Oh no, this wasn't happening. I closed my eyes and started chanting, "Brother, brother, brother."
You, heck no.
He jumped up from the sofa and left. This was getting embarrassing for both of us. We had to set boundaries if we were going to hang out together. The next day, before I went to meet Justin, I bought some customized t-shirts for both Justin and me. His shirt said Amica's brother and mine said I am Amica. Better always wear this so we don't confuse our emotions. He didn't look very happy but accepted it anyway. That evening, as I was watching television, the doorbell rang. I opened the door and saw a man outside who said he was looking for my mom. When I asked him his name, he said it was Richard. Gosh, Mom, another Richard. I wanted to get some more details, so I invited him in. Hey, listen, Mr. Richard, you might want to sit down for this. You see, the thing is, it's quite possible that I'm your daughter. You're probably my dad.
What? My daughter? No, it can't be.
And with that, he ran past me and dashed outside like crazy. I ran after him, shouting, "Hey, wait, I'm not crazy. I'm pretty great once you get to know me. Just stop, Dad." He didn't, but at least I managed to get his car's license plate. I told Justin about this, and he was even more eager than me to find out about this new Richard.
So it's possible he could be your dad too then? If yes, then we're not siblings. That's amazing. I'm going to pray for that now.
Justin and I worked hard to trace this new Richard, and finally got his address. We went up to his house that evening and sneaked in. We were looking around for clues in the master bedroom when suddenly we heard footsteps outside. I quickly pulled Justin into a small closet. God, how long do you think we'll have to hide in here? I'm sorry to drag you into this.
I don't mind doing anything for you, Amica. Also, your hair smells really nice.
Justin, would you cut it out? You could be my freaking brother. Just then, the closet door opened, and Richard was staring at us in shock.
Oh my god, are you two twins? This is a nightmare. You have to leave right now. If my family finds out about you, they'll kill me.
Oh, so you have another family, but you abandoned me. Dad.
Don't call me that. They'll hear you.
Daddy. He shushed me again. Don't shush me like I'm a kid. I'm 15 and I deserve to know the truth.
Oh, thank God you're 15. I left your mom way before that, so you can't be my kid. I only came to your house the other day because I found an old diary of your mom's and I wanted to return it. But then you called me Dad and I freaked out. But I'm so relieved now.
And he started doing a happy dance. Seriously, so it was back to Justin's dad again. We walked back home to my place in silence, feeling upset. As we sat down for dinner, the door lock turned and Mom let herself in, finally. And right behind her was Justin's dad.
Dad, so we were right about you guys.
But wait, there was another man who stepped in just then. Mom, I am so sick of this now. Don't tell me you brought another Richard.
Yes, but how did you know?
If you don't tell me who's my real dad right now, I'm going to run away.
Me too.
Calm down, darling. Let me tell you everything.
And finally she did. Turns out the new guy who Mom had brought was my real dad. He'd been at war when I was born, and then he'd gone missing. So Mom remarried after some time and kept the truth about my real dad from me. But what about Justin's dad? I saw him with you in a photo, and there was a locket too. Isn't he your Richard forever?
No, Justin's dad is just my college friend. The three of us studied together. He heard your real dad had been found and we went together to get him. This is my Richard forever.
Oh my God! I finally found my real dad now! I looked at him awestruck, and he came forward and hugged me tight. I then turned around and saw someone looking even happier than me. Justin, I think you can take that t-shirt off now. I went near him and he pulled me closer to kiss me, and finally I let him. Believe in your worth like Amica. Even after rejection and confusion, she never gave up on herself and eventually found the truth, love, and her real family. Hi, my name is Mira and I'm from Delhi, India. I lived with my parents and my twin sister Nani, and even though they loved me to bits, I was pretty sure I was adopted. I was born with a condition that turned my skin white and my hair blonde. I looked totally different from my twin, and basically everyone in my city. I was so sure that I was adopted that Mom and Dad had to do a test to prove me wrong. My sister didn't make it any easier. Nani nicknamed me Ghost Girl, and that spread like wildfire. She would act like she got scared whenever she saw me.
Oh no, it's the ghost! Someone saved me!
One night I sneaked into Nani's room and waited for her under her bed. When she lied down, I pulled her by her ankles and she screamed. There, now I scared you for real. I could terrify Nani into behaving, but other people, not so much. As we grew up, people looked at Nani like she was a goddess, and when they saw me, they asked,
You look tired. Did you not sleep? Are you sick?
When I was in the 8th grade, I fell madly in love with a boy in my class. When I worked up the courage to ask him out, he looked deep into my eyes and said,
Your eyelashes are see-through. It's like they're not even there. So creepy.
That stung! I slapped him and ran away in tears. I was heartbroken, and when people called me stupid nicknames now, it hit worse than ever. Nani tried to cheer me up, but a walking vision of beauty would never understand how I felt. I wanted to be anyone but me, and I got my chance to do that in just a few weeks. Our teacher in school introduced us to a pen pal program. Each of us had to write to a kid our age from a whole other country. When I got my first email from a boy named Archer, I was excited. He knew nothing about me, and I could be anyone I wanted. I told him I played the piano and the violin, and that I was tall, tan, with long, shiny black hair. When we exchanged photos, I just sent him a picture of Nani. When he sent me his picture back, I literally screamed he was gorgeous. Nani spotted the picture from behind me and jumped on it.
He's cute. Who is he? Tell me right now or I'm showing Mom.
I told her what I did, and I thought she would get mad at me for using her picture like that. But she just said,
So, we can tell him anything.
I guess.
Let's tell him our parents are spies.
We spent hours making up crazy stories to tell Archer. Most of them were too ridiculous to use, but it was so fun coming up with them. Even though I wasn't totally honest with him, I genuinely enjoyed Archer. We tried to beat each other in online games all day long, and we talked for hours into the night. I thought I'd never have to pay for the lies, I told him, until one day when my dad gave me some horrifying news.
I got a job in Portland, Oregon. We're moving to America.
That was the city where Archer lived. There was no way I was telling him about this, and I kept acting like I was in Delhi long after I'd already moved to the States. I really thought I could hide until the first day of my new high school. I walked into class and my eyes landed on Archer. No, this was my nightmare. The teachers asked us to introduce ourselves, and without thinking, I decided to switch names with my sister. I'm Nani, and this is my sister Mira.
What?
I rushed Nani out of class later and told her what happened.
This is crazy. We can't switch names for the whole school just for one guy.
Please. He's the only friend I've ever had. I don't want him to find out like this. That was when Archer stepped out of class, looking really mad. He looked at Nani thinking it was me.
Mira, is that you? Oh my god. What are you doing here? I thought you were in Delhi.
I didn't tell you I was moving here.
No! You sent me a picture of you in Delhi yesterday.
Nani was out of words.
If you didn't want to meet me, you should have just said so.
He walked away and I cringed. I'd messed up big time. Archer stopped responding to my emails, and he didn't accept any of my gaming requests. I deserved the cold shoulder, but it made me so sad. I tried to make some new friends in school, and to my shock, it was actually easy. Things were different here from back home. I no longer got bullied for being blonde because there were blondes everywhere. People were actually nice to me, but the problem was they were cold to Nani. She was the one who looked much different now, and people here didn't treat her like a goddess. Nani acted like it didn't bother her, but I knew she was lying. One day we were in school when a boy asked Nani out. When she said no, he started messing with her. He threw her books on the ground and said,
Who do you think you are? Whatever, you're ugly anyways.
Tears of shock filled Nani's eyes. I flew to hit him, but a hand showed up out of nowhere and punched his lights out. It was Archer. He picked up Nani's books and handed them to her.
Are you okay, Mira?
Yes.
Then he just walked off without another word.
Wow, he's amazing.
I know, too bad he'll never talk to me again.
Wait, I have an idea.
Nani ran up to Archer and apologized to him as me.
I was nervous about whether you'd like me, so I just lied. Can you please forgive me? I'll buy you dinner to make up for it.
She was going out with him now. I asked Nani what her plan was, and she said,
I'll gently break the truth to him. Then you guys can be friends and we can stop lying.
I agreed to her plan, but after their first date, Nani came back without telling him. I asked her what happened, and she looked really weird.
He didn't give me a chance to say it. He talks nonstop. I'll tell him next time.
Next time? They went out on a date again. I trusted Nani, so I waited for her. But 2 more dates happened and she didn't do it. One day, I followed Nani to spy on their date. I saw them outside a restaurant. Nani leaned in to kiss him. Oh my God! I was about to scream, but Archer held her back at the last moment. Nani! I mean Mira!
Wow, why are you here?
I gave Archer a flimsy excuse and pulled Nani away with me. You like Archer, don't you? That's why you're not telling him.
No, he's just sweet. And he made me feel special. I couldn't say it.
Do you really like him? Tell me the truth. When she said yes, I felt like someone shocked me. So that was your plan? Keep dating him till he falls in love with you?
Can't you go get another boyfriend? You're the pretty one now, and I'm the ugly outcast, right?
Nani, don't say that.
You sent him my picture. He chose to meet me on every date. Not you, ghost girl.
I couldn't help it. I slapped her. I didn't care about Archer. I just couldn't believe she said that to me. That was the biggest fight Nani and I had ever had. We stopped talking for days. I was so upset that I even stopped emailing Archer. They could be together for all I cared. One day, Nani and I came home from school, and we saw Archer walking out of our house. What? Nani ran up to him.
Hi, are you here to see me?
No, I'm here to see Mira.
Nani froze, and Archer looked right at me. For the first time, I knew he was seeing me.
I had a feeling something was wrong from the first day, but I had to be sure. Your parents told me your real names. Want to tell me the truth now?
There was no backing out of this. Fine, it's me. I'm Mira. I got bullied for how I looked back home, so I sent you Nani's photo.
Why didn't you say it when you got here? You lied to the whole school.
I didn't want you to find out that way.
You let me go out with your sister. When were you going to tell me?
That's when Nani jumped in between us.
I stopped Mira. She wanted to tell you, but I made her wait.
Why?
Because I like you. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop liking you. I just wanted some time.
For what? To play with my feelings like I'm your toy? You're both liars, and I never want to see you again.
With that, he stormed off and Nani burst into tears. She locked herself in her room and refused to come out. The next day, she told everyone in school our real names.
Just like that.
Stop it! We'll get in trouble!
I don't care. I'm done lying for you. I want my name back.
The word spread like wildfire. And when our teachers heard about the mess, they took us straight to the principal's office. She was furious. She made our parents drive over from work.
Your daughters switched identities. They've been taking each other's exams. Their scores are all mixed up. We don't tolerate scams in our school. You're both expelled immediately.
My heart dropped. Expelled! This couldn't be happening. We got the screaming of a lifetime on our way back home. I was in so much shock that I couldn't even cry. Had I just ruined our lives over a stupid lie? The first few days out of school were just frantic. Our whole family sat together and filled out school applications one after the other. If Nani and I even looked at each other, our parents would explode. A week later, they dropped a bomb on us. They were sending us to separate schools. They didn't want any more accidents. The truth was, I didn't want to go to school without Nani. What would I even do by myself? But I had too much pride to protest, and she didn't say anything either. When our parents showed us how far our school buildings were, it suddenly hit me. No, we can't go to separate schools.
What?
Nani and I can't be this far away. It's just wrong.
Really? But after everything I did, don't you hate me?
No, we're twins, aren't we? We're a package deal. We begged our parents to give us one last chance to be together. When they finally agreed, Nani and I were so relieved.
I'm so sorry about everything, Mira. I was the worst sister ever. I called you names. I went after a guy I knew you liked. How could I be so horrible?
When I was getting bullied every day, Archer was so kind to me. He did the same for you, and you love that.
But I love you more. I can't believe I forgot that. Can you ever forgive me?
Of course I can. You'll always be my other half. We hugged each other in tears, and the heavy weight finally left my chest. We promised to always be on each other's side. Nani even asked me to make up with Archer. I was working up the courage to text him, but before I could do that, he showed up at our house. Nanny pushed me to talk to him alone. He was so worried about our expulsion. He wasn't even mad at me. He just wanted to know if we were okay. We're gonna get into a new school. It'll be fine. I'm so sorry for everything, Archer.
You should be. You made me wait forever.
I thought you wouldn't like the real me.
I didn't like you because of your pictures. I liked you because you were sweet and funny, and you got really mean when you beat me at games.
My face was totally red now. Is there any way I can make it up to you?
There is one way. Go out with me for real this time.
My jaw hit the floor. Are you serious?
I think the girl I fell in love with is still here. I want to get to know her. What do you say?
I was so happy that I jumped into his arms to hug him. He took me by surprise and gave me a kiss.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hi, I'm Ariel and I live in California. Please like and subscribe. I wasn't born in California. For most of my childhood, I lived in a small town where everyone knew everyone. I wasn't popular, but I was friendly and loved my life. It was perfect except for one little thing. My mom was obsessed with making me a star.
Wear pink, it brings your eyes out.
But I like blue, Mom. It's a cool color and I even have matching shoes.
You do as I say or I won't allow you to play at all.
She tried everything, like putting me in the most adorable kid contest and posting me all over social media. I never won anything, but that never stopped her. She made me sing, but I was so mad that my instructor quit after my second lesson. I tried learning a musical instrument, but that only led to me being banned from music class. When I turned 12, she pushed me to become a ballet dancer so I could get the solo in the Nutcracker. Even though I had 2 left feet, I tried my best to make her happy. Mom, this is so difficult and my feet are killing me.
Oh, come on. You're not trying hard enough. Don't you want to be the best Ariel? The most famous person on the planet?
Yes, Mom.
Then try till you can. Here, take this. This will always remind you to be strong and determined.
I looked at the bracelet and put it on because I didn't want to let my mother down. That evening I practiced till I tripped and hurt my ankle. I couldn't dance and had to walk on crutches for days. It was embarrassing, but I'd do anything to make my mother proud. While Mom was crazy, Dad wanted me to be what made me happy. They thought about it a lot, which only made me more miserable. When I got to 9th grade, I finally figured out what my dream thing to do was. I ran home from school and couldn't wait to tell my dad. Dad, I love looking at the stars. I think I want to be an astronomer.
That's great, honey. I know you'll be amazing at it.
That same day, Dad got me my first telescope and all the posters of meteors, planets, and stars I could ever want. It was all really expensive, but he said he was happy to get it because it made me happy. But all the excitement got wiped away as soon as Mom saw the telescope.
What were you thinking, John? She won't become famous by looking at planets. There are so many other things you could have gotten her, and you chose this.
You're hurting her. Don't you see that she's just a kid and you've loaded her with dumb expectations?
Mom and Dad fought a lot, and the following day, Dad left. I was hurt to see how upset Mom was. This was all my fault. My mom just wanted the best for me and I couldn't get anything right. Soon after Dad left, Mom and I moved to California and she enrolled me in one of the best schools in the city. I promised myself things would be different. I changed my hair color, bought fancier outfits, and even enrolled in ballet classes. Hey Mom, look, no more tripping over my feet.
That's nice, dear, but just not tripping over your feet isn't star ballerina material. Do you remember that little Nutcracker incident? I want you to focus on yourself so you won't humiliate me like that again.
You're right, Mom, no more loose ends. I'll be my best version. I pushed myself to do better, and soon I became everything Mom dreamt of. The student body president, head cheerleader, and the best student in school. I had a busy life, and sometimes the pressure to keep up was a bit too much. But then I saw how proud Mom was, and everything felt better. One day during cheer practice, my best friend Maisie and I were performing cartwheels, but we just weren't getting it right. When suddenly I was interrupted by Declan, the smartest guy in the whole school.
You're doing it wrong.
Really? Then show us the right way.
Suddenly, Declan put his books aside and did the most amazing cartwheel and backflip. I was blown away.
And that's how you land the perfect flip.
Wow, I could have never guessed a nerd would be. So what's the right word, flexible?
You don't know a lot of things.
Like what?
Like, I've had the biggest crush on you and would love to take you out on a date.
Suddenly, I felt my cheeks on fire. Declan was a nerd, and although he was cute, I didn't know if we were a good match.
Think about it. You know where to find me.
Declan walked away and Macy jumped on me with excitement.
I could see the sparks fly. You should totally go for it. He's kind of cute.
You think Mom would never allow me to date a geek?
Forget about your mom for once and just do what you really like. And for the love of God, take that hideous bracelet off your wrist.
No way Mom would kill me if I took it off. And I'll think about the date. I didn't think I called Declan the moment I reached home, and the next day we went out. He was fun and cute, and I had a great time. For weeks after that, we went out on several more dates till he asked me out and we became an official couple. Things were fine till one day the school announced the annual cheerleading competition and I was selected as the team representative. I was constantly practicing at school and at home. Mom made me practice extra hours. One day before the competition, Mom was teaching me a few moves, but I was tired to the bone.
Your formations aren't good enough. You know what you need? A good energy drink.
No, Mom. Can I please go to bed now? Mom agreed. I went to bed, but a few seconds later Declan texted me that he was outside of my place. I sneaked out and found him standing with my favorite ice cream. Ah, you're the best! The best!
I know you needed that. You've been practicing too hard.
Yeah, try telling my mom that. Declan and I spoke for a few minutes and he kissed me goodnight. But when I went inside, I saw my mom fuming.
I thought you were too tired to practice, but here you are, eating useless calories and being blind in love.
It's not like that, Mom. He just came for a few minutes to surprise me, and he's a nice guy.
You need to focus, and all this love and drama will only mess with your brain. Gosh, you're such a kid, Ariel.
It made me sad to see Mom being so angry, but I didn't want to make things messy, so I simply nodded and went up to bed. I woke up extremely exhausted the next day, but I felt confident and decided to focus my energy on the right thing. I was excited to show off my new cheer that I'd come up with. My mother waved at me and pointed to my mouth. I could read her lips.
Smiled big. I'm recording this for your portfolio.
I smiled as wide as I could and started to lead the other cheerleaders. The crowd was going wild and even my mother and Declan were cheering for me. Suddenly, my head spun, my limbs trembled, and I began to feel unsteady.
Are you okay, Ariel?
Yes, I'm just perfect. I don't think so. The last thing I remember is collapsing on the ground and hearing the sound of an ambulance. When I woke up, I was in the hospital with my mom and dad, who had flown all the way to California, when he heard the news. I didn't have any bruising or anything, but I still didn't feel well. The doctor came in and looked at the clipboard that had all my information on it.
What is the last thing you remember?
I was cheering and then my heart started beating really fast. Then I heard the ambulance and I woke up. Here, did I fall? Great. I ruined everything, didn't I? The doctor said that I'd fainted because of dehydration, exhaustion, and stress. He said that I needed to slow down and rest for a few days or I would get sick again. I was so shocked. I had no idea that stress could make someone sick. Before I could say anything though, my mom made this loud scoff.
Please, that is totally nonsense. When I was her age, I had twice the workload she does and nothing like this ever happened. Ariel is going to be a star one day and stars don't burn out. If she wants that, then she has to work harder and get used to a hectic schedule.
My dad looked like he was ready to blow a gasket, but I beat him to it. I can't believe you. I'm in a hospital bed and you still won't quit. I left my passion and did everything you asked me to, but nothing's working anymore. I'm tired and exhausted, Mom. I don't want to be famous or perfect. I just want to be me. Why can't you love me for me?
Oh, don't be so dramatic now. You know this is all just a phase. We'll be out of here soon and you'll be just fine.
Just leave, Mom. Seriously. Also, take this stupid thing with you. It makes me feel like I've lost myself to make you happy. I couldn't stop crying after Mom left. I spent another week in the hospital and got a lot of rest. Dad visited me a lot, but my mom never came back. It made me sad because all I wanted to do was tell her I was sorry for yelling at her. My dad dropped me off at home and promised that he would see me again before he left. But just as I unlocked the door, I saw Mom running toward me and all the trauma came rushing back. On second thoughts, Dad, can you please take me with you? I can't stay with Mom and live up to her crazy expectations anymore. I want to live my life the way I want to.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am not ready to forgive her yet.
But sweetie, I have a surprise for you. I've even bought you a welcome cake.
The look on Mom's face crushed my soul, but I was too mad at her for all the years she'd ignored my happiness. Dad rented a small apartment next to the school so I wouldn't have to skip studies. And thanks to Declan and Maisie, I started to feel better. I needed to learn how to love myself again before everything else. I started reading my astronomy books and fell in love with science again. I was finally feeling like myself. I even landed a scholarship that week to one of the best colleges in the country. I was super excited to tell Dad, but he had something bigger waiting for me. It was a letter from my mom talking about her story. I was choked with emotion, unable to believe what I had just read. I saw her as a young girl struggling to keep up with everything, and it broke my heart. I knew I had to see her, so I decided to pay her a visit that weekend. The house was open, so I went in, and when I saw my room, I was overwhelmed thinking about all the nights I'd spent crying in there. I turned around to leave, but Mom was right behind me.
I'm so happy to see you, Ariel. Did you get my letter?
Yes, I did. Why didn't you ever tell me all that before?
I was too ashamed to show you my weak side. Parents are supposed to be strong.
But Mom, what you did to me was no different than what happened to you. You made me slog day and night, and I left everything, all the stuff that I liked, just to make you proud.
I am so sorry I put so much pressure on you. I guess I wanted you to be what I never was, but I didn't realize how awful and stressed that made you feel. You're the best daughter and you make me proud every day. I love you.
I love you too, Mom. That's all I really wanted to hear you say.
Please, leave me alone.
Mom ran down the dark corridor, looking for a place to hide, turning every doorknob that she came to. Finally, a door gave way, and she crouched in a corner, but it was too late.
Stay away from me. Stay away.
Hey, I'm Anastasia. My friends call me Anna, but my parents call me.
Stay away from me! Leave me alone!
Okay, I was being a little dramatic at the start of the video. Mom wasn't actually scared. This is how it really played out.
Mommy, can you read me a bedtime story?
Please leave me alone! Go ask your dad!
Daddy! Look, I was outside playing and stepped in dog poop. See?
No! Stay away from me!
My nanny looked after me, mostly because my parents were super busy with their careers, and she always called me Miss. So, I thought my real name was Stay Away From Me. It wasn't until my first day of kindergarten that I found out I was wrong.
And what's your name, sweetie?
Stay away from me!
Excuse me, what did you just say?
Stay away from me!
Next thing I knew, my parents and I were sitting in the principal's office. Sure, I got into trouble, but at least my parents used my name more after that. And when I was 4, something amazing happened. My sister Isabella was born, and she was beautiful.
Oh, I have the most beautiful daughter anyone could ask for.
I was so bummed by what she said that I stuck my tongue out at her. But I got over it soon enough. I finally had someone to play with. Or so I thought. You see, Mom didn't want me near Isabella. Shoo! Go away! But one night, Isabella couldn't sleep and was screaming at the top of her lungs. I crawled into her crib and began to sing her lullabies. And then, soon enough, she was sleeping peacefully. I felt like the best big sister ever, but we never had a shot at getting close because of the way my parents treated us. They were less busy with work now and spent all their time fawning over Isabella and spoiling her while completely ignoring me.
You know what I see in the mirror? I see 2 beautiful girls with unlimited potential. Oh, Anna, how long have you been standing here?
I was here first, brushing my hair. You didn't even see me?
They'd whisk Isabella off to the mall or spa, and one time, they even took her to Paris while I was stuck with the neighbor and turned 9 cats. It bothered me a lot at first, but eventually, I just kinda got used to it. But my parents were slowly turning Isabella into a monster who bullied them and threw a fit anytime she didn't get her way. She would try to boss me around too, but I mostly wouldn't give in, which didn't sit too well with her. Like this one time when I was in 5th grade, I was eating spaghetti, and she turned to me with a weird look in her eyes.
Spaghetti and worms taste the same, don't you think?
What? My stomach churned when I looked on my plate, and sure enough, there were worms mixed with my spaghetti.
Ew!
When I told my parents, they told me it was a harmless prank. Every time Isabella did something to me, they would make excuses for her and brush it off. Even the time she cut my head out of all the family pictures.
She's too young to know what she's doing.
She's just having fun. Lighten up.
The weekend before middle school, I bought this super cute outfit for my first day, and I couldn't wait to put it on. But when I was getting ready, I couldn't find it anywhere. That is, until I entered the kitchen, and there sat Isabella in my outfit.
Isabella, that's mine!
It looks better on me. I look like a doll.
I rushed over to Isabella and tried to pull my outfit off of her when Mom dragged me away.
Anna, what are you doing to your little sister?
I want her to take off my clothes.
Oh, is that what you want? You should have said it nicely.
And then she took a pair of scissors and cut herself out of the dress.
Oh my God, you're such a psycho! Mom, aren't you gonna say anything?
Yes, if you knew how to share your things, you could both enjoy them. But now look at what you made your sister do.
I could pull my hair out. There was no winning against this brat when she had some magic spell cast on my parents. As I grew older, I just avoided my family as much as I could and faded into the background. I decided to focus on what I loved singing, and I became quite good at it. But I only realized exactly how good I was when I was 16, 2 months before high school started. I'd taken up a small gig at a cafe to sing occasionally, and when I was done, a stunning lady approached me.
Hi, I'm Gigi. You have a beautiful voice. I'd like to sign you up as a singer.
What? You want me?
Yes, I could make you a star.
It was an offer I couldn't refuse. I gave Gigi my address, and when she arrived at my house later that evening, My parents were quite surprised, and Issa looked so jealous.
But why would you want to sign her up?
Because she's talented.
But her looks?
Can be altered to look the part.
What do you mean, altered?
By the time my people are done with you, you won't even recognize yourself, kiddo.
The following week, I went to the studio with Gigi, and I felt like I was in a dream. And after rehearsals, Gigi's makeup artists took over, and she was right. I barely recognized myself. I looked amazing. When I got home, Mom looked shocked.
Oh my God, Anna, you look stunning.
My heart flipped with excitement. Did my mother just give me a compliment?
As stunning as a chicken in a jumpsuit.
Later that week, Mom took me shopping. In fact, over the next 2 weeks, Mom and I spent a lot of time together. We went to spas, dinners, and we even spent a day in Paris. I'd picked up a few things there for Isabella, but when I went to give it to her, she dumped everything on my head.
You think you're better than me because of this music gig? Your days are numbered! Witch!
Did my baby sister just threaten me? I was too busy to think too much about what Isabella said. I worked hard and released my first album, and by the time I started high school, I was already famous.
Oh my God, her skin is flawless.
She's such an amazing singer. I can carry your books around.
But life just had to give me lemons, and this lemon was Mandy, the meanest and richest girl in school. She transferred to our school the year before and was the most popular girl around. But clearly, I dethroned her now because I had way more fans and social media followers than her, and she just couldn't handle it.
Others may have forgotten how ugly you really are, but I'll never forge. And I'll make sure the others don't, either.
I tried to ignore her and just enjoy my newfound fame. But of course, Mandy did everything to ruin it. This one time, after gym class, she filled my body wash with oil. Another time, she filled my bag with live frogs that went crazy in the science lab. She was a lunatic. And then, one afternoon, while walking through the mall, I saw Mandy and Isabella together. Mandy was shoving a dress into Isabella's hand and looking over her shoulder. Wait, was she trying to get Isabella to shoplift? I stormed over to them immediately.
Mandy, what are you doing with my sister?
Mind your business, Anna. She's my friend. And wait, way better than you.
Issa, she can't be that good. If she's trying to get you to steal clothes, you're coming with me?
But Issa bit my arm hard and ran off.
Stay away from my sister, Mandy!
But after that, I'd see the two of them together all the time. If they wanted to run their own Anastasia hate club, then fine. I had better things to focus on, like my very first concert that Gigi has arranged to boost album sales. On the night of the concert, my family came to support me, and I was so excited. I grabbed the mic, and I stepped onto the stage confidently. And I was totally owning it. Everything was going great until someone from the crowd screamed and pointed at the chandelier above me, which was falling down. One of my guitar players threw himself at me and managed to get me out of the way, seconds before the chandelier crashed on stage. Before I could even process what had happened, Gigi whisked me away to get me checked up at the hospital. A few days later, I came across the opportunity of a lifetime. There was one spot open in the most prestigious music college, and they'd be visiting the school in 3 months to hold auditions. I just had to get that scholarship.
You can drool on that spot all you want, but it's mine.
Gosh, why was the world always putting Mandy and me against each other? She played the piano, and she was good. Beethoven good. I couldn't let her win this. I threw myself into practice. After rehearsals with Gigi, I'd stay back in the studio and practice for my big day. One evening, while I was walking home from practice and saw Mandy picking a loaf of bread out of the trash. She's the richest girl at school, so why is she digging through garbage for food? I followed Mandy until she went into the bad part of town. The houses were small and shabby, and I watched as she entered one of them. What on earth? I needed to know what was happening, so I walked up to the door and was about to knock when I heard a familiar voice. Isabella.
I told you already. I'm done with this. I'm not doing your homework, shoplifting, or going out of my way to be your puppet.
Isabella was making Mandy do stuff. Feeling shocked, I pulled out my phone, opened the door by an inch, and started recording. What I heard next made my head spin.
You'll do as I say, or I'll spill your filthy little secret all over the internet.
I am so sick and tired of this. Tell everyone I don't care.
You the only so popular, Mandy, not caring what people think. Are you really comfortable with people knowing that your father is rotting in jail for fraud, while you and your mother are left with nothing and living in this rat hole? I find that hard to believe, given how hard you've been trying to keep up appearances in school.
I've done everything you've asked me to do since you read my diary and discovered my secret. You made me tamper with the chandelier at Anna's concert. She could have gotten seriously hurt. I should have never agreed to do it. It's been giving me nightmares.
But if you don't do as I say, I'll tell everyone what you did. Oh, yes, I recorded it. and then you'll go meet Daddy in jail.
Do your worst, Isabella. I don't care.
I watched in horror as Isabella picked up a bat and raised it at Mandy. I flung open the door and lunged at Isabella, not a bat from her hand, and pinned her to the ground.
Get off, you ugly jerk!
Did you completely lose your mind? What have I ever done to hurt you? How could my own sister hate me so much?
Because you overshadowed my life. You should have never been in the picture, and I'd do anything to bring you down.
Isabella lunged at me with a scream, but the commotion had attracted the attention of some neighbors who came running in and held Isabella. Someone called the police, who took her away kicking and screaming. I was still reeling with shock when Mandy turned to me.
You helped me. Why?
We may have our differences, but I couldn't let Isabella blackmail you or hurt you.
Thanks, Anna.
No problem. That's what friends are for.
Friends? Are we friends?
Maybe we could try. Crazier things have happened.
Hi, my name is Pearl. Please like and subscribe. My parents were one of the richest people in the city. And when I was born, everyone gasped at how amazingly beautiful I was. And since I was their only child, my parents treated me like a princess. Agu agu.
Oh my gosh, honey, our daughter said her first words.
Let's throw a party.
They were just crazy about me. I had hundreds of maids to feed me, bathe me, walk me, and even comb my hair.
Oh my gosh, you broke my darling girl's hair. Do you have any idea what this hair is worth? It's worth millions.
Of course, Mom overreacted a lot. She would even fire the maids if my milk was not the right temperature, and Dad was no less. When I turned 5, he ordered the servants to redecorate my room. And you won't believe it, he changed everything to gold and diamonds, including my toilet seat. Not only that, but I had different dresses and shoes to wear every day. And the driver would drop me off to school in my favorite red Lamborghini. I felt like a true princess, and honestly, I loved it. But there was someone who hated every bit of the life that I lived. Melissa. She was the meanest girl in my class, and she hated me for, well, everything. She will steal my doll and throw it into the mud. Once, she even trashed all of my notebooks. But school wasn't the only place that I had to bear her. Her were friends with mine, and I often saw her at sleepovers and parties too. On my 14th birthday, Mom and Dad threw me a grand party and invited all of their rich friends. And of course, Melissa came with her parents too. When I walked down the stairs, everyone looked stunned by my beauty. Everyone but Melissa. Her face turned red like a tomato.
Good Lord, your daughter is so pretty. I think I'm gonna marry her to my son.
Ew! No, there was no way that I was gonna marry his stupid son, Xander. But I wasn't the only one who was mad about it. Melissa had always dreamed of becoming super rich by marrying Xander, because his dad was the richest man in the city, and she looked super pissed at this comment. But then suddenly, her facial expressions changed, and she walked up to me with a smile.
Hey Pearl, happy birthday. Here is a gift from me.
What? Was there a bomb in there? But then when I opened the box, a kitten jumped out of it. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I loved it, but why was Melissa being so nice to me? All of a sudden, something didn't feel right. Later that night, when everyone left, I was playing with my cute little kitten when suddenly it scratched my face with its paw. Ah! Melissa's cat turned out to be just like her. Evil. Mom and Dad came rushing out when they heard my screams. They rushed me to a hospital, but even after weeks of treatments and several procedures, the scar didn't go away. Now I had no choice but to live with it and cover it with makeup. When I went back to school, Melissa was waiting to mess with me again, but thank God she had no idea about my scar, or she would make my life a nuisance.
Move, Pearl. This is my seat. And just because you're rich doesn't mean you own everything.
Well, I do own a lot of things, but I don't see your name on it either. She got super pissed, and she was about to throw her plate of food in my face when Xander cut in and stopped her.
Hey, stay away from my girl. Pearl, stop messing with her.
My girl? What's going on? I'm not your girl. Are you crazy?
Oh, my sweet Pearl. Don't you remember what my dad said on your birthday? We're gonna be married eventually.
What? We're just 14. Are you crazy?
There is no way you can marry him, Pearl. I won't let that happen.
Well, I won't let that happen either. Now get away from me, both of you. God, these guys were so crazy. It was such a headache going to school every day and seeing them. Especially Xander. He was such a pain in the butt. He'd flirt with me all the time and scare away all of the other guys who ever tried to talk to me. I hated every bit of my junior year, up until the teacher introduced an exchange Korean student to the class. His name was Mino, and gosh, He was so handsome. The teacher asked me to help him with the syllabus, and while we were studying in the library one day, Xander came marching at us.
Who do you think you are, sitting here with my girlfriend?
Saying that, he suddenly grabbed my hand.
You're coming with me, Pearl.
Stay away from me, Xander. I'm not your girlfriend. Just then, Mino cut in and punched him in the face.
You should have just let her go.
Oh my gosh, his deep voice and those fierce eyes. I instantly fell in love with him. He was so amazing. Xander ran from there like a scaredy cat. And I thanked Mino for saving me from that jerk. To which he smiled and said,
Well, I can see he's a jerk, but you're so pretty. Anyone would go crazy for you.
Oh my gosh, he thought that I was pretty. My cheeks turned red and I almost melted. After that, Mino and I spend most of our time reading in the library together. It was so much fun just to sit next to him and admire all of those books. Months felt like days with him, and I couldn't believe that a year had passed with him. Then one day, while I was having lunch at the cafeteria, Xander came up to me and started acting up all of a sudden.
You think you're gonna be happy with that stupid jerk? He's a loser.
Well, last I saw, you were the one who got punched.
That's because I just didn't hit the gym that day. But anyways, I won't let him take you away from me, Pearl.
You don't own me, Xander. Now get lost. But before I could complete my sentence, Melissa threw a can of juice in my face.
Stay away from my guy, you witch. Don't you already have a guy now?
Melissa, have you lost it?
Drop the act, you boyfriend stealer.
But then suddenly, I realized my makeup, my scar. I pushed past her and ran to the washroom immediately. But to my horror, I ran straight into Mino. His eyes widened as he looked at me. Oh no!
Why are you all wet? Who did this to you?
What? Did he see my scar? Or was it that he just didn't care?
Tell me who did this. I'm gonna teach them a lesson.
No, Mino. It's fine. I just tripped. I couldn't believe that he got so mad seeing me hurt. And he didn't mention anything about my scar. Like it was totally normal. Gosh, he was such a darling. I couldn't resist it anymore. I pulled him in for our first kiss and wow, it was magical. After that, we started officially dating. And I felt like the happiest person on earth. But not for long. Mom, what's wrong? Why are you crying?
It's your dad, honey. He had a heart attack.
Oh my gosh, Mom, what happened? Where is he? Mom told me that Dad lost all his money in a bad investment, and now we're almost bankrupt. Dad didn't take the news so well, and he ended up in the hospital. After that, I stayed at home for almost a week until Dad recovered, and I didn't tell Mino so he wouldn't worry. Then one day, all of a sudden, Mom and Dad asked me to accompany them to a party. But Dad, you just got discharged. But they insisted that I tag along anyway, and they asked me to doll up and put on my best dress. But when we got there, Xander's dad made an announcement that almost gave me a heart attack.
Hello, everyone. It brings me great joy to announce the engagement of my son, Xander, with my friends, daughter, Pearl. Please, everyone, give the couple a big hand.
And with that, Mom started dragging me onto the stage. What? Mom? Wait, what's going on? Is this some sort of joke?
Oh, honey, please don't be mad. It's the only chance that we have to save our company and our home. Besides, Xander is such a nice guy.
No, Mom. Xander's a jerk, and I am not doing this.
Oh, honey, but look at your dad. He's so happy. The doctor said that he wouldn't survive another heart attack. Do you want him to leave us forever?
I looked at Dad, and indeed he looked happy. And although I loved Mino so much, I couldn't let my dad die either. So I had to choose my parents' happiness over mine. A few days later, when I went to school, I found out that Xander had told everyone about our engagement, including Mino, and he looked furious.
Tell me this is all a lie. Tell me you didn't want any part of this. Just tell me.
But I couldn't tell him the truth. Mino, I love Xander, and that's why I'm marrying him.
No, you're lying.
No, I'm not. He's rich, and who doesn't want money? I knew that he loved me, and that my words would break his heart, but I had no choice but to lie. After hearing what I said, he backed off, and he left, and he never looked at me again. Finally, on our wedding day, when I felt like everything was gonna be fine, things took a wild turn. I heard Mom and Dad talking about something I had never imagined in my worst nightmare.
Stop eating so much. You're gonna have another gastric attack, and it's your daughter's wedding day.
Well, thanks to my gastric attack, Pearl agreed to the marriage, thinking it was a heart attack. Otherwise, there was no way of getting her to agree to this, and we would have remained poor for the rest of our lives.
What? You guys lied to me? How could you? Mom started crying and tried to stop me.
Please, honey, please understand that
I sacrificed my happiness because of you guys. And you, I hate you. I stormed out of the wedding venue, throwing the wedding ring at Xander's face when I met him on my way out.
Stop. Pearl, where are you going? Wait, you're the one leaving? Really? I know all about your ugly scar, and I still want you. You stupid girl, this is how you pay me back.
What? You knew?
Yeah, dumbhead, I knew. So come back here and kiss me right now, or I'll make you regret it.
He got closer and tried to pull me to him, but I slapped him hard and left. I wasn't gonna wait or listen to anyone anymore. I had to find Mino and tell him that I loved him. I called his friends, but they told me that he was at a BTS concert at the MetLife Stadium. Really? Of all places, a BTS concert? I rushed to the stadium and I ran backstage to grab a mic and shout out my confession to him. But oh my gosh, I couldn't believe my eyes when I ran into all of the BTS members. It was like I was dreaming.
What are you doing here?
Why are you dressed like that? Do you need some help?
Of course, I wish that the time would stop right there and then, but I had to find the love of my life. I told them about my situation, and I asked them to help me. And they did. They were so nice. They allowed me to go on stage and talk to Mino. I was really nervous, but then I gathered all of my courage to speak. Mino, I'm so sorry that I lied to you, but the truth is that I love you and I can't live without you. Please forgive me. My eyes filled with tears as I confessed my love for him. And then I saw him running towards me through the crowd. He jumped up on stage and he kissed me. The crowd cheered for us as he lifted me up in his arms and he whispered into my ears,
I love you too, Pearl.
Hi, my name is Rose, and I'm from Germany. I was born to parents who were rich, so rich that we had several maids, chefs, butlers, and drivers who worked around the clock for me and my crazy family. Dad was a genius on the stock trading platform, and Mom was Miss World in 1998. I loved my family, but they were so used to being spoiled that our entire lives revolved around money. Once when I was 7, I wanted to go camping. So Dad hired a set designer to create a camp set in our massive backyard. He also hired a weird mountain man to entertain us with stories and how to make a campfire.
Who wants to hear a bear story?
Yeah, I do. But my sister Lucy, who was 2 years older than me, had her head stuck in her phone. So our camping experience eventually got boring. And soon after, as I grew up, our family hardly spoke to each other. When I was at school, I was crowned the computer genius. Lucy was popular on social media, and we were both the hottest girls in school. Once when I was in 8th grade, 10 boys asked me and my sister out all at once. These boys were so lame and too desperate for our liking. Lucy and I had a checklist. The guys that we dated needed to be smart, rich, and hot. I wasn't worried so much about the rich part. I preferred intelligent guys, and in my school, all of them were rich but also total smurf brains. And then, one day when I was in the 11th grade, a new boy joined her school and took my title of computer genius. I was kind of jealous at first, but when he smiled at me, I melted, having a huge crush on him. Would you like to go out for ice cream sometime?
Will we be celebrating my new title in the school?
Don't rub it in. After that, Gregory and I became an item. He drove a Ferrari and seemed much richer than my family because he lived in a mansion much bigger than mine. Once, when I was in the 12th grade, I decided to visit him at his house unannounced. And when I got to his house, his parents acted very weirdly. I'm here for Greg.
Oh, he's upstairs.
Okay, can I see him? When they finally let me in, I went to Gregory's room and found him busy with something on his computer. Greg?
What? Who let you in?
I'm sorry. I thought I would surprise you. He looked really angry.
I hate surprises. Don't ever come here without calling first.
I was so mad at him when I left. I felt like just breaking up with him, but then he came over to my house with flowers.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have snapped at you. Please forgive me.
I don't know. You acted so strange. What was more important than me?
I was actually planning a surprise trip for the both of us to Thailand.
I immediately forgave him. He was so romantic, and he obviously loved me since he was spending so much on me. We went to Thailand just for the weekend, and my parents liked Gregory, so they also trusted him while we were there. Gregory was all romantic at first, but then he changed when I wanted to go shopping.
Shopping for clothes? Did you bring your credit card to pay for all those clothes?
What? But you said to take whatever you want and you'll pay.
Yeah, but I didn't expect you to buy the entire store.
Lucky for me, I did have my dad's credit card and managed to pay for my stuff. But the next day, I woke up to a shock. Gregory was gone. He left a note along with my plane ticket back home. He broke up with me on a note saying, "Nice knowing you goodbye." What a jerk! I felt like my world was falling apart. Why would he break up with me this way? When I tried to call his number, it went to voicemail. I had to gather my strength and head back home, and maybe then find out why he suddenly just left. Could it be because of all the clothes I bought? But when I got back home, my family was on edge. Everyone was pacing up and down, and as soon as I entered, Dad rushed up to me.
Rose, where's my credit card? Someone hacked all my trading accounts using my credit card, which is linked to every other account. So, Rose, you have to tell me where that credit card is.
I was totally freaking out and tore my whole bag apart looking for that card. And then I asked Dad to take me to Gregory's house, and when we got there, his mansion was empty. Oh my God, Dad, I think Gregory took all our money. Dad looked at me silently. At first, I thought he was going to blame me since Gregory was my boyfriend, but all he did was remain quiet. But Mom and Lucy went berserk.
We are broke because of your scheming, scamming boyfriend.
How was I supposed to know he was a fraudster? He drove a Ferrari and you liked him, Mom.
Yeah, I did, but he was still your boyfriend. You should have analyzed his intentions.
And then Lucy looked at her phone and screamed like someone died. What happened?
The Wi-Fi isn't working. How am I supposed to post my selfies from this morning?
Oh, I was supposed to pay for that today, but not anymore. Girls, I'll be in my office. I have no idea how I'm going to fix this.
I felt like everyone blamed me for this. And after 2 weeks, all our maids, chefs, butlers, drivers, gardeners, and pool cleaners quit because we couldn't pay them. Dad soon started investigating the matter, which was going to take some time, so we all had to adapt to some changes in our overly expensive lifestyle. We managed to keep the house, and since Dad paid our school fees for the entire year, Lucy and I didn't have to change schools, which was a relief.
Okay, so at school nobody knows we're poor, so let's just try and keep it that way.
Of course, why would I want anyone to know that we're poor? Maybe because it's
all your fault.
I am sick and tired of everyone in this family blaming me for everything. That's just so much pressure. I started crying and Lucy felt bad and apologized.
Okay, I'm sorry, but our life just sucks so much right now.
While we sat sulking about our poverty-stricken life, we heard Mom scream from the kitchen.
Somebody help.
Lucy and I ran down to the kitchen and found the stove on fire and Mom trying to put it out with a tablecloth, and it was reaching for the ceiling.
Ah, it won't stop quickly. Get some water.
While Lucy thought a glass of water would help, I brought the fire extinguisher and thank God was able to put out the fire. But now our entire kitchen was ruined and there was smoke all over the place. We gotta sit outside until the smoke is gone. Come on. We all sat outside on the stairs and Mom was in tears telling me how she was trying to cook but ended up ruining the kitchen.
I guess we'll have to order food. I hope they give us some discount.
Right then, Dad came in, all smiles.
Hello? Everybody?
Oh, did you get our money back?
Nope. I found a job. I'm going back to selling insurance, and once I make some good commission, I'll start trading again and get all the money that we lost.
Well, Daddy's plan didn't follow through the way he saw it. 3 months went by and we were still struggling, and the only thing Dad could afford was food. So I decided it was time to get a part-time job as a waitress.
But Rose, if you work as a waitress, everyone in school will know.
Yes, I know, but maybe if I work, I can help Dad pay for the Wi-Fi. Lucy immediately smiled, but she wouldn't dare try to get a job since she cared so much about what people would think. The restaurant I worked at was a classy place where all the rich and mighty dine. And one day, while I served a bunch of top-class businessmen, I overheard their discussion about new digital devices. I got excited and couldn't contain myself. I have plenty of ideas for new devices. Imagine having a portable hard drive is something almost like an iPod, but with more space. That way, users will be able to carry all of their important information on one small iPod. We could even make it have a video presentation for business meetings. After I was done babbling, they looked at me, stunned. Then the tall man with a big forehead was so rude.
You can just get our order, please.
I walked away, feeling embarrassed, And then the next worst thing happened when I waited at my next table. They were girls from my school who envied my sister and me all the time. And the worst of them all was Charlotte.
Wow, you work as a waiter? Ha 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 ha. This must be my lucky day. Wait, I have to take a picture of this.
Oh, Charlotte, get over yourself. I work here and earn my own money, unlike you, a spoiled brat forever.
Ugh, that's no way to talk to your customers. Where's the manager? I want to file a complaint.
He's out to lunch, so can I take your order? It was the most dreadful day of my life. But the next day when I went to school, everyone called me Waiter Girl. Since Charlotte posted my picture on Instagram, and during recess, while Lucy and I were minding our own business, Charlotte started being so annoying with her stupid minions.
We've noticed that you two bring lunches to school these days. Should we open up a charity fund dedicated to the richest in the school? Oh, let me rephrase. The poor, smelly girls of the school.
Shut up, Chatroulette. Lucy got up, angrily clenching her fist, and I calmed her down. Don't worry about her, Lucy. She's just a jealous girl who has no goals.
At least my goal is not to be a waiter. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, your goal is probably to be a brainless peanut all your life since you get big fat zeros on all of your tests. Charlotte eventually left us alone, but then after school, Dad picked us up in a rundown car, and Charlotte got the entire school to come and watch us get in it.
Oh my gosh, where did your dad buy this junk from?
At that point, I had had enough of Charlotte's farty face. Just leave me and my family alone. Our financial life is none of your business. Dad was shocked when we got home, and he told us that his contract at work was about to end. So he sold his Land Rover and got us a scrappy car. Life was getting even worse for us. I put on my waiter clothes and got out of the house to work an extra shift. While I was at the restaurant, I found my manager watching Luna Avatar. Wow, you like Luna Avatar?
Yeah. Is that a problem?
No problem. I was just surprised.
There was a guy who came looking for you. He left his number.
When I called the number, a part of me was hoping it was Greg calling to say he was sorry and he wanted to give us all our money back. But it wasn't. Hello, you were looking for me at the restaurant.
Yes, our investors liked your pitch that you suddenly decided to blurt out while you were serving our table. We have an offer for you if you could put all those ideas on paper.
Yes, I can. I left my extra shift. I went home and started putting ideas together for new devices. I didn't want to say anything to my family yet. I just wanted to get the offer first. The next day, I met with those business people again, and I was blown out of my mind when they told me I was going to get $100,000. I was on cloud 9. I immediately signed the contract, and they even asked me to stay in contact if I had any other ideas. I couldn't believe this was actually happening, and when I showed my family the check, we celebrated all night.
Rose, you just saved our lives.
Does this mean we can get our chef back? Because I'm getting really tired of eating baked beans every day.
Not just yet. Dad needs to first work his magic on the trading platform, and then maybe. I was so happy to see my family relaxed again. Lucy wanted us to go shopping the next day, since all of our heels were starting to lose their texture. 2 pairs, and that's it, right? We need to use all this money wisely.
Yes, I know. But what if I see a third pair that I like?
Lucy! Just before we could head off to the mall, Dad screamed from the living room.
Rose, you have to see this.
When I went to check what he was talking about, the news was on, and Gregory was handcuffed and sentenced to prison for the next 20 years for being one of the biggest fraudsters in the city. And the parents that he said were his parents were just actors. I felt so relieved. And Dad eventually got a call from the credit card company. With good news, all his money would be returned. Soon after that, I completed school, got my degree in computer science, and became the next richest person in our city. And then, one day I even had my own business meeting at that classy restaurant.
Can I take your order?
Charlotte, you work here now?
Yes. So can I take your order?
I didn't laugh or insult her because there's really nothing wrong with being a waitress. We all have to start somewhere if we want to make it.
Hi, I'm Grace from Canada. Please like and subscribe. I was raised by my single dad, and he was the best parent anyone could ask for. He was a lawyer and worked long hours, but he was always there to make me breakfast, take me to school, and walk with me home. Throughout my childhood, different people tried to convince Dad to get married. but he never agreed.
You know, every child deserves a mom.
Thank you, but I'm perfectly capable of raising Grace.
Take that, nosy people. Dad and I were perfect alone. But as a kid, I struggled to make friends. It turned out that I had social anxiety, and talking to people was a nightmare. Dad said it was because I spent a lot of time alone, but it didn't get easier. Even after joining school, I always said the wrong things and ended up chasing people away. Like this one time, I saw a girl sitting alone at recess, and I went to talk to her. "Hi, I like your dress. It's green like a frog." Not that you look like a frog. Well, maybe you do, but in a good way.
What a weirdo.
After a while, I stopped trying and became the girl who was always alone and kinda invisible. But then, I found company in my books, so it was no surprise that I was a genius at school. My life was really simple. I went to school, topped my grades, and then came home to watch movies with Dad. But when I turned 14, everything changed. One evening, we were halfway through dinner when I noticed that Dad was sweating nervously. OMG, was he having a heart attack? I pushed him down to the floor and began thumping his chest. "Dad, you're gonna be fine. I won't let anything happen to you."
I'm fine. Grace, I just wanted to tell you. I met her name is Angela, and I want to marry her. And the best part is, you get a brother and a sister.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? Dad, you always said you didn't need any help raising me, so why now?
I'm not marrying her to raise you, Grace. I'm marrying her because I love her.
Love her? I was furious. I stormed off to my room and slammed the door shut. Our lives were perfect. Why would Dad want to change anything? A week later, Dad arranged for me to meet Angela and her kids over dinner. And I had the perfect plan to chase them away. I changed the settings of the oven and turned the turkey to flames. No food, no dinner. But Angela, my stepmom, turned out to be a master chef. When she came home, she cooked food for everyone, and it was freaking delicious. But I wasn't gonna melt so easily. I kept frowning at her the entire time while her 5-year son kept blowing raspberries at me. He was so cute. Focus, Grace.
This is a really lovely home, and I'm so happy to meet you.
Well, sadly, I'm not.
Grace, you will be nice to our guests. Apologize right now.
I mumbled sorry under my breath and turned my focus to her daughter. Her name was Eva, and she kept going around and touching everything.
Wow, what a big house, and what a shiny sculpture.
Don't touch it. It's my dad's favorite and really valuable.
Don't you mean our dad, sister? And listen to me carefully. Don't play with me. I'm warning you.
What? She gave me the most evil smirk and rubbed her dirty hands all over the sculpture before she ran away, smirking. After they left, I told Dad I didn't like Angela and her daughter, but he didn't listen. And a month later, they were married. At their wedding, I was the angriest guest ever, but Eva was happier than the bride. A day after the wedding, Dad came into my room and sat on the bed.
I know this is hard for you, Grace, but I want you to promise that you'll try to like them for me, okay?
Dad had never asked me for anything before, and his request moved me. So I decided to chin up and try to love my new family. The same day, Dad and Angela were supposed to leave for their honeymoon. Dad said their trip was canceled because the sitter they'd arranged wasn't available. And I took this chance to be supportive. "I can handle everything here, Dad. You should go," I insisted. How hard could it be to take care of a 5-year-old? They agreed and left for the week. And Fred was great, but Eva was a witch. She refused to help and would litter all around the house, thus making me do all the chores by myself. Then one evening, I looked out my window and saw Eva yelling at Fred. I rushed outside to his rescue.
You idiot. How dare you put a bug on my bed? You can't even talk right, you weirdo.
She was about to hit him when I came and stopped her. "Stop it, Eva. Don't touch him, and don't speak to him like that."
Back off. He's my brother, not yours. I'll speak to him any way I like.
I knew what it felt like for someone to call you a weirdo, so I gave him a hug. "You know, I don't think you're weird. In fact, you're the best 5-year-old I know." His face lit up, and he happily skipped away. I already knew that I was gonna love him so much. And soon enough, he became my first friend ever. And that drove Eva mad.
Fred, you know I'm your actual sister and not her.
But Fred ran to me and climbed into my lap. Soon enough, our parents came home, and Eva joined my school. She instantly became friends with the popular girls, and everyone wanted to be close to her. "Ava, it's time to go."
Who are you?
"I'm Grace. We've been in the same class since the 1st grade.
Wow, I really never noticed you before.
What? All my life, these people made me feel invisible. And Ava walks in, and suddenly she has a million friends. One weekend when our parents were away, I heard loud music coming from the backyard. I went to check and found Ava having a huge party in the garage. It seemed like half the school was there. What's going on?
I'm having a meet and greet with my new friends.
My dad would not like this.
He'll only know if you tell.
Just then, I heard someone say,
"No way, loser. Nerd girl is your sister."
and that hurt so much. I'd spent so many birthdays alone because these people never came, but they were all here now. I hated that Ava had walked into my life and was living it better than I ever did. So, I went to the main controller and I shut down the electricity. The music died, and soon everyone left, and Eva came screaming at me. But just then, our parents came back home, and when they saw the mess, Angela was pretty upset.
How dare you have a party without asking? You are in trouble, young lady. I'm grounding you for a month.
It's all right, Angela. She's just a kid.
Ugh, I wish he knew. As soon as Dad took her side, Eva turned to all smiles, and Angela came to me.
I wanted to thank you, Grace. You accepted us as a family and looked after both Eva and Fred, so I got you a present as a token of thanks.
It was a beautiful gold necklace. She put it around my neck, and for the first time, I noticed how beautiful she was. Maybe she wasn't so bad after all.
Hello, where's mine?
You're not getting it anymore. I'll sell it and give the money to charity.
Eva grew red with anger, and she marched to her room. And later that night, she stormed into mine.
Look here, you nerd. If you think my mom loves you, you are wrong. She married your dad for his money, and that's the only reason she's nice to both of you. So before you get any mommy-daughter fantasies in your head, I thought you should know that.
I just tried to ignore her, cause I knew she was mean to her core, but it annoyed me so much that people still adored her, even my dad. One evening, I came down into the lounge, and I saw Eva jumping around happily.
Oh my god, we're gonna go see Funky.
Funky? It was our favorite band. Dad and I always watched them play when they came to town.
Actually, Ava and I are going. I only managed to get the last 2 tickets, and Ava's never seen them play before.
What? But that's our thing. This is crazy. You're taking her and not your daughter?
Come on, you've seen them a million times. And Ava is my daughter, too.
Stepdaughter. With that, I picked up a picture frame on the shelf and smashed it to pieces.
Grace, I am so disappointed. I didn't raise you to be a brat.
I didn't care. I was really angry at Dad. In fact, I was angry at all of them for changing my life. But it was hard to hate my stepmom. While Dad and Ava were at the concert, she took me shopping, and we did fun things I never did with Dad. One morning, I overslept, and I was in a hurry to get to school. I was struggling with my hair when she walked into the bathroom and helped me.
There you go. You look beautiful.
Thank you, Angela.
Please call me Mom.
Mom, I imagined a perfect world where she really was my mom. But my thoughts were interrupted by Eva's voice.
Mom, can you leave her ugly hair and help me with mine?
Oh, honey, you guys are late. We don't have time for that.
Eva went red with anger. Jeez. I was slowly getting used to having a new family, even though I still hated Eva. But then one day, it all came crashing down. I came home from school and went to say hello to Mom, but I stopped outside her room when I heard her speak.
Darling, we'll leave as soon as we're done selling those sculptures and all the jewelry. I can't wait to get away from this man and his needy daughter.
My heart broke. So Eva was right all along. Her mother didn't love me, or even Dad. I immediately raced downstairs and saw that Dad's favorite sculpture was gone. Oh my God. I went out to the driveway and waited for Dad to get home. Dad, I told you these people are evil. I told him what I'd heard, and it made me so sad to see his heartbroken face. But when we went back inside, the sculpture was back in place. What? I couldn't believe it, and I could already see how disappointed Dad was in me. Wait, Dad, I'm not lying. I heard Angela myself. She's a thief.
You think I stole something?
I turned around to see Angela, Fred, and Eva standing behind me looking shocked. But they weren't fooling me anymore. Just stop it. I heard you saying you'll sell Dad's sculptures and leave. You can stop pretending now.
All I've ever done since I've come here is love you, but it seems like I'm wasting my time.
She turned to Dad and said,
I love you, but if your daughter hates me enough to make up lies about me, then maybe we shouldn't be together. I'm leaving.
What? Leave? We can't leave. Can we all calm down and talk about this?
But her mom had already stormed off, and Eva ran to her.
I begged you to try and like them for me, but I guess that was too much to ask.
Dad, I'm not lying.
Stop it. You got what you wanted. Congratulations.
It was the first time Dad had ever yelled at me, and then he walked out.
Gracie, you really want us to go? I thought you were my sister.
I cried as I hugged him tight and ran away to my room. As they left in their car, I watched them from my window and cried some more. After that, Dad didn't speak to me for a while. Our lives were back to normal, but everything was different. Dad was miserable, and so was I. I missed Fred and his mom. Why did they have to turn out to be such terrible people? One day, I was in my room when I heard something. I looked outside, and it was Ava throwing stones at my window. I marched downstairs angrily to ask her what she wanted, but she held up her hand.
Wait, let me speak first. I'm just here to fix things. My mom didn't do anything. I used a fake voice app to make up the thing you heard.
What? Are you crazy? Why would you do that?
Because I was jealous. I had mom to myself for years, but then Fred came along and then you, and she likes you better. It was like I kept getting pushed back and no one remembered me anymore. I didn't mean to break them up. I just wanted to hurt you, and for you to kind of hate mom. I'm sorry, okay? Please help me make our parents happy again.
Weirdly enough, I sort of understood Eva. To be honest, I was jealous of you too. I didn't like sharing my dad, and all the things I found difficult came so easy to you. Next to you, I felt like a freak.
Don't say that. You're the smartest person I know, and you may not have friends, but you have a brother and sister who care about you, if you still want them.
I could feel tears rolling down my cheeks as we hugged, and I noticed for the first time that she smelled like flowers, just like Angela. Let's go tell our parents about the mess you made.
My mom's gonna kill me.
Don't worry, I'll save you.